This is so cool! The water is so clear and so blue. I think this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen.
Wow. We're in the Fiordland National Park in New Zealand.
We're going to head to some lookouts, we're going to explore some waterfalls and do a few hikes. But first, we came to the most iconic destination.
If you don't know already, this is Milford Sound and we're about to go on a cruise.
Let's go!
Already so amazing. It's literally been like 2 minutes.
I feel like being in the Fiordlands makes you feel like you're literally just so small. You're such a tiny little speck because wow, the mountains here are incredible. It is crazy how close you can get to some of these mountains, considering this is such a, I mean, it's not a big boat, it's one of the smaller ones, but wow, like you're literally like so close to them. The nature here, everything about this place is just magical. Like it literally just feels like you've just stepped into a wonderland. Oh my god, I've already cried several times this morning, even just driving here. It's so beautiful.
So these two waterfalls behind me are long-term temporary waterfalls. They do rely on the rainwater to be active, but after it rains they can run for about 7 days and they're incredible.
This makes me so happy that it rained yesterday and all night last night. We were a bit worried about the trip today because it was raining pretty much all through the night, but yay, it's a good thing because it's such a beautiful day today, and that means more waterfalls as well. Oh my god, I just love it here so much. This is such an incredible cruise. Like there's like not many people on the boat at all. It's not very busy. Like everyone's got their own spaces and spots where they can take photos at. There's an upstairs and a downstairs. Amazing. I love it. He did warn us that it would get windy. Oh my god! I didn't know they had seals here.
Me neither.
Wow.
The captain said they're mainly nocturnal, so they're just enjoying a nice little morning nap now.
This is so cool!
How's that for your morning coffee?
Oh my god! Oh, it's so cold as well!
Okay, let's go. Grab the bag, grab the bag.
Honestly, so cool. Like it felt like so freeing. Wow, like what an experience! That was so cool. It was just me and one other guy over there, just like loving life.
They just filled up my water bottle with the drinking water they have on board, and the water comes from the waterfalls.
Apparently it's like, it could be like 3 million years old, some of this water.
Most of it will be spring water, but some of it could be up to 3 million years old. It's sort of filtered a little bit, but it's some of the clearest, tastiest drinking water that you can find.
I'm actually in awe, like it's actually making me cry because that's so cool. Oh my god, how amazing is that? Like the water I'm drinking is like 3 million years old.
Could be up to. Let's just say
I'm going to say it is.
It is.
What an incredible, unforgettable honestly, just wow experience this was. Wow.
That was unbelievable. Definitely one of the most incredible experiences we've ever had. This place
100%.
is just phenomenal sailing around there, and I can honestly say, if you're thinking of booking a tour, Cruise Milford was
It's the one.
awesome.
It's the one.
Really great.
Can't wait to see the rest of our time in the Fiordlands. That was just incredible. I cannot put into words honestly how amazing that experience is. It is a must if you are coming to New Zealand, if you're coming to the national park. It's the best. Now we're gonna head on the way back towards our camp. We're gonna do some lookouts because I mean there's a lot to look at around here, and we're gonna go on a bit of a nature walk later on too, so come with us.
I don't know what that is. Is it a kiwi? Ah, it's kind of pheasant-like. They must be used to getting fed because it's not that scared of us. It was just come walking right up to the camera. But I don't want him to peck me. Well, this was named after a chief in the area, and the sort of native name for it is Tutoko. I don't know, it's got an accent above the U, so I don't know if that's how you say it, but Tutoko, also known as the chasm. This water is so clear. Tutoko is that mountain, and that's named after the water below us right now. When it's not the chaotic white water, it's crystal clear. This is awesome. That was the Chasm Bridge. Now we're at the Chasm Walk. It's about 1 kilometre, and you get to see some impressive views of the chasm as you go. Just while we're on our first, don't really want to say hike, our first sort of stroll through this unbelievable nature. The Fiordlands are stunning, just unbelievable, but there has to be a downside, right? And that is sandflies. If you don't know what they are, sandflies they look like tiny little fruit flies, so they look super innocent. They look really small, but they swarm in big numbers, and they are rife. They are everywhere. They bite, and it swells up similar to a mosquito bite, but the itch is more intense and constant, so you scratch and scratch and scratch. It can cause blisters and things like that. Make sure to bring your insect repellent and pick up some sort of like fly or insect killer as well, just in case they get into your van. You would not want to sleep with these things. But there's a Maori legend that go along with them as well that's really interesting. The Fiordlands were created, and when the goddess of death first saw the whole area, she realized that this is the single most beautiful place in the entire world, so she didn't want humans to populate it and live here and destroy it basically, so she released the sandflies to keep people away. Didn't quite work maybe the way that she wanted, because there's a lot of people that visit here every year, but I don't think they're that habitable that you could physically live in Milford Sound at least, so maybe she succeeded in some aspect.
Unfortunately, we cannot cross the bridge here. It's so annoying. I don't know why, but there's apparently another track where it's also sectioned off, which is really annoying, but from what you can see, it's super impressive. That's so beautiful. There are a bunch of lookouts after Milford Sound, and whoa, oh my god, I think this is incredible. Like 360 views, and I'm just stood on this little hill here. Like, wow, I think this is near or very close to 1855 lookout. It's just at the top of the hill, but we weren't sure if there is a parking space there. But wow, just getting out on this little lay-by bit. Like, even the lay-bys are impressive here. Oh, the 360 views have really done it for me on this one. Wow. If you drive up a little bit further, we were just parked just down here, 1 minute away, and yeah, the space to pull in is much bigger and the views somehow are even better.
So we've just hit this set of traffic lights and it tells you how long the wait is going to be, and this is to get through the tunnel which cuts through one of these mountains, which is pretty crazy to drive through. We've got about a 3-minute wait now because yeah, only really one set of traffic can go through at a time. But yeah, it literally just punches straight through one of these huge mountains here, and you can see all the rocks around you. We obviously drove in this way to get into this part of the Fiordland National Park, and we'll show you it going this way as well. You can see the rocks of the mountain on either side of us, or well, all around us. But it's important to know that this tunnel is actually closed from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m.
Yeah, I think so. It's sort of quite eerie, the fact that we are underneath a mountain right now. Like, we are just in the mountain, and if you're claustrophobic, I know my mum would hate this, she's very claustrophobic, hates tunnels and stuff like that and caves, so I don't think she'd enjoy this that much, but wow, it's like pretty overwhelming, but also kind of cool.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, but I think this is what the goddess didn't want. She didn't want people interfering with the Fiordlands. And here we go. Okay, we're about to come out now.
This is the Gertrude Valley Lookout. You can do a walk from here. The Gertrude Saddle Route seems like it's about 6 or 7 hours, probably one of the more difficult hikes that you can do in this particular part of the Fiordlands. We've got some other walks in mind, so we're not going to do that, but what do you think of the viewpoint? Danielle's just admiring it in the background.
It's pretty beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gertrude's got a heckin' valley.
She's got one
she really does.
Heck of a valley.
It says there's a black lake.
Well, that's the name of it.
Do you think it's a black lake though? That's quite cool.
Maybe it's just really deep.
Maybe.
Or look at these signs. Does that just mean like probably gonna fall?
But it is worth noting that this is an expert route and we are more these two routes, easy and easiest. Tomorrow we're gonna head to the Lake Marian Track, and it's a 3-hour return, but I have seen reviews that people said, oh, it took me 4 hours or 5 hours, so I think it depends on your fitness level, but we're gonna tick that off tomorrow. We have reached the next stop off. This is Falls Creek, and across the road there's Christie Falls, which I think is a bit more of a waterfall, but it's so, I know I've said it time and time again, it's so beautiful here. There's nothing left to say, is there? Because it is incredible.
There she is, really easy walk, like literally a minute away from where we just were. And the water down here, now you can really start to see how blue and clear it is.
I want to swim in there. That looks so nice.
We're going to turn into a meme, aren't we? Like, wow.
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 Literally, this is... wow. I don't have any other words.
You can do a walk here to Falls Creek, so I'm assuming this river that runs alongside here is part of Falls Creek, and that runs all the way through to the end of the hike. That's about 5 or 6 hours, and we've already decided which ones we're going to do, so on to the next one.
On to the next one.
So there's 2 lookouts really close to each other. The first one that we pulled into was quite difficult to park up at, actually. Really small space, and the view's probably better. It gives you a large open view. That's Hollyford Valley Lookout. Then literally 10 seconds away, just around the corner, you've got Bob's View, bigger car park. no one here. There's only one other car here. The view's probably not quite as open, but it's better for pulling into, and you could probably walk to that other spot easier.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome anyway.
It really is. I think we deserve a little apple break.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of sustenance for the rest of the day. We have now parked back up at our campsite. We're staying at Cascade Creek. And how long did it take us to get to the main Milford Sound car park this morning?
I think around 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's also about 45 minutes to an hour from the nearest main town.
Yeah, Tiano, I think.
Tiano, which is the closest place that you can get fuel.
Yeah.
So make sure you top up before you get here and try and plan your trip well enough so that you're not doing back and forth.
Yeah.
And you can conserve your fuel, because that's an hour round trip if you need to come back.
This route that we did today from Milford Sound back to the campsite and all the lookouts and places that we went was so perfect.
Yeah.
It just lined up really, really well.
It really did. We obviously, I use the term we, Danielle usually plans these things, and obviously most of the time we're experiencing a place for the first time, and even the best laid plans usually don't go to plan, but this has been perfect. We set off early this morning. We were one of the first tours around Milford Sound, and there was no traffic obviously coming back. It was all one way. And then coming back, everyone was kind of going in, and there was barely any traffic coming out of Milford Sound as we were kind of stopping off at all our little places. So yeah, really good little track for you.
We'll show you around this campsite and show you why it's a really good place to stop.
Where we're staying right now is $15 per person per night.
There's a beautiful crystal clear creek running through the campsite. It's honestly amazing. It's surrounded by all the mountains in the Fiordlands, beautiful greenery. There's also a kitchen, which is super helpful for cooking, especially when it's windy and you want to try and avoid the marsh flies a little, although they will still be there. There's also some toilets here and no trash, so make sure you take your trash with you when you leave.
We recommend booking online beforehand. It's not very clear how you pay if you just rock up and you want to pay by cash. We paid online before. The website could be better, don't get us wrong. It's like a national park website.
They're never great.
Yeah, but it makes things way more simple. It says here that you're supposed to pay at a kiosk if you pay by cash. We can't find one. No one else that we've seen has managed to find one either. So yeah, recommendation really is to just book it online beforehand. It's a huge campsite. There's loads of spaces.
Yeah.
Another really good thing about this campsite is there's a nature walk here. It's about 45 minutes.
Yeah, we're doing Lake Gun Nature Walk.
And it's not too strenuous. We got up pretty early this morning to do our Milford Sound cruise. So that will complete our day today. And then tomorrow we've got a bit more strenuous hike planned.
Already just walking into the forest, it's very much a fairy tale forest. I feel like I am in, I don't even know, Snow White?
Yeah, I thought Snow White.
Maybe we're in like a Lord of the Rings adventure and these are the talking trees.
It's Fangorn Forest.
It could be.
I'm a bit of a Lord of the Rings nerd.
We had a really good idea that one day we'd love to come back to New Zealand and just do a big old Lord of the Rings track, like everything that was in the movie. Because yeah, it's pretty incredible, but this is really, really beautiful.
It's so cool that literally all of the trees here have this like green moss or something growing all over it. That definitely adds to that kind of like magical feel that you get as you're walking through here.
For sure. It reminds me also of Narnia,
yeah, like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, just that sort of like fantasy, sort of fairy tale world.
Yeah, it really is. It's just so peaceful as well.
Yeah, really, you can hear the birds chirping.
I feel very relaxed here.
Yeah,
love it.
This is such a good end to our little bit of a relatively full-on day here.
Yeah, a great end to a great day. We have made it to Lake Gun and it's super beautiful, surrounded by loads of mountains, and we tried to put our hands in the water to see how warm it was, because it's the Fiordlands. We expected it to be really cold, but it's actually surprisingly warm. But I do think it's maybe because we're right at the shore, it's very shallow. But we might come back tomorrow and go for a little swim, because it seems like a perfect opportunity.
We woke up this morning and the skies were super clear, but the clouds had like descended on the campsite. It was this really cool, slightly eerie start to the morning.
We were just driving to our walk for today and we had to stop at the Lake Gun lookout, because you literally can't tell where the water starts and ends, because the reflection is so incredible.
I mean, that's not all mountain behind me, by the way.
It's also lake.
That's also the lake. The sun must be at the perfect angle to cast just this awesome reflective mirror.
And the lake is so still, it's so beautiful. We have set off on our hike today. We're doing the Lake Marian Track. It's a 3-hour round return trip, so hopefully it'll be a good one. Already we're off to a rocky start. Literally, stop it. We crossed over this suspension bridge. The car park is just behind us, but how incredible is this already? Wow, the water is so clear and so blue, it makes me want to jump in. We have reached Marian Waterfall, and wow, it is so powerful.
You can feel the water even up here.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
I'm going off track. Looks like there's a sort of path here. Let's go have a look. It looks pretty cool. I think you get a really good view of the waterfall. It's so nice doing a walk like this with all the incredible nature behind us, but then the sound of the roaring lake.
It's so beautiful, the water here, wow.
Yeah, so far we've just gone all along the river.
It just goes up and up and up through the forest. Wow. That was slippy a little bit. Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh, okay. I made it, guys. I know you're all worried, but I made it.
There's a couple of really nice little sections where you can kind of go off track. They're quite clear and obvious. This one is literally, the path is just there, goes out onto this rock.
And these views.
So nice, especially for a little stop, a little break.
So beautiful.
Because yeah, it's all uphill, very rocky. It's not too difficult, not like Roy's Peak.
And nothing is as difficult as Roy's Peak for us.
But it is obviously mainly uphill. We're getting pretty high now as well. But I don't think we've got too long to go.
I hope not.
Famous last words.
We can't wait to swim in the lake. Oh. Whoever wrote this, we already know that the swim will be worth it, because we are so excited for it.
It's a nice reminder.
It is a nice reminder, and hopefully we're not too far. We've been hiking for about an hour, so hopefully maybe 20 minutes left. Let's hope anyway. Oh, more uphill. Got some rocks.
We're really close now. I think we're only, like, any corner now it's going to pop up.
I hope so, but wow, that view.
It's probably taken us about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So longer than what most might do it in, but
What we expected.
we're not experienced hikers, you know this. Gotta be honest, the snow on the top of that mountain looks quite close, and that makes me nervous about how cold this water's going to be. Yeah, we'll see about that. That's a toilet there.
I can see it. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh.
Okay,
I'm actually speechless.
that is worth the hike. There's like no breeze, the sun is shining.
Oh my god.
I think we're going to stick around here for a little while.
Absolutely, I think this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen.
Wow.
I actually can't believe it. It's so beautiful.
That's amazing.
Oh my god. Should we go get in?
I think so.
I've already been in to experience this incredible lake. It just feels so freeing swimming somewhere like this, somewhere this beautiful, surrounded by mountains. And it's now Matt's turn to get in. And if you've been watching our vlogs, you'll know he really, really, really hates cold water. Look at his little face. I'm so proud of you.
I did it so quick.
You did it so quick. I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's so cold. Tell everyone how good I did.
You did so good. I'm actually really proud of you that you went in. That's really good. It was one of the coldest we've definitely swam before.
Yeah, there was, we were in there for a little while, so you started to feel some sort of warm patches.
Yeah.
But super fresh, so nice.
And what a beautiful setting as well to swim in, like.
It's definitely like the gold at the end of the rainbow. Like
It really
the hike
is.
Was more difficult than we thought it was going to be. 80-90% uphill, some of it a little bit rock climby and stuff.
It was like a fun adventure track though. I did
Yeah,
enjoy
it's really
it.
nice. And then yeah, this is just waiting for you at the end. It does make it worthwhile.
100%. Definitely bring swimwear for this because I don't understand why people actually aren't swimming here.
Or just getting in your pants.
Get in your pants if you want, yeah. But yeah, it's so, so nice.
Great little spot to have a little snack after your walk, have a little swim. There's a few of the sandflies around, but not too many.
Yeah.
Really good hike. We've had a great time.
100% worth it.
Nailed it. This place is unreal. I stood on a little bit of poop over there. I don't know what got it on the rocks.
It makes leaving this lake extremely hard. This is probably one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever been. And it's hard to leave because I can't stop looking at it.
We might be finished up with the Milford Sound part of the Fiordland National Park, but does that mean we're finished with the Fiordlands?
Hell no! What do we want?
More Fiordlands!
When do we want it?
Probably starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to go somewhere really special and we cannot wait to take you with us, so we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. We're ready to see Doubtful Sound.
We're so excited! What a sunrise!
One of the best things about coming in the morning is that you get the sunrise on the lake, and this has been a really special one, so much so that the captain is actually doing a 360 on the boat so that everyone gets a chance to see it.
This is amazing. Like the water's so calm as well, and also there's like orangey red clouds above some of the Fiordlands. It just looks incredible.
As you can see, it's a little bit of a busier boat than we were on for Milford Sound.
Yeah.
But let's see how we get on. It's been really nice so far, and like I say, the sunrise, perfect way to start. So that's the first little part of the tour done. We just crossed Lake Marian.
It was really beautiful and the sunrise was amazing.
Yeah, that was incredible. Definitely worth doing the early morning trip for.
Yeah.
Now we've disembarked because we have to hop on a
Bus?
coach. Yeah, bus.
Yeah, like a coach bus. and
So there could be a
waterfalls and
couple of little stops along the way, depends on the weather and stuff. And then we hop onto another boat where we go for our nature cruise around Doubtful Sound. So it is definitely a longer tour than the Milford Sound trip.
But way less visited, like there's way less boats.
Yeah.
And way less people that visit Doubtful
There's
Sound.
only a couple of these tours per day, maybe like 2, 3, 4 per day. And now we're in a little information centre, so we'll see if we can tell you any interesting facts. It's a little bit moody and misty today, but the rain has meant that there's a few little waterfalls poking up off the mountains. So it's really cool to see. The bus has just pulled over. We can have a little look. It's a bit cold, so Danielle stayed in. We've made it to Doubtful Sound. And we're about to get on our final boat. Well, I guess it's not the final boat. Final new boat. The clouds have set in a little bit. It's a bit rainy now, but weirdly, the Fiordland National Park is one place where rain isn't a bad thing, because that means more waterfalls. Just hope the cloud at least gives us a bit more visibility.
Yeah, it's very eerie, but
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Can see dolphins here, seals like we saw at Milford Sound, and penguins, so let's hope we get to see some stuff today.
Fingers crossed.
You ready? I feel like I need to stand leaning forward.
Literally! Crazy out there, honestly. The wind, the rain, like even though it's a very different trip to our Milford Sound trip, this is so cool. Because of the clouds and the rain, it almost feels like eerie, but like in a really cool way. It's so beautiful here. I just love it.
I feel like these two trips that we've done, Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound, have given us like exactly what the Fiordlands are like, because it rains every other day, so we've had both. And both of them bring different things. I don't feel like it's any less worthwhile coming just because the visibility isn't as good as what we had in Milford Sound.
Now we just need to wait and see if we can see any of those amazing animals. This actually isn't as bad, I don't think.
No, it's not.
If you can see my face now. Oh, it is a bit rainy though.
Good.
This is amazing though.
This has been such a good trip so far. Just really want to see some of them penguins and dolphins.
Or dolphins, or seals. Wow. Apparently, Fiordland National Park is the same or similar size to Wales.
Yeah,
is it bigger than Wales?
No, about the same. 1.2 million hectares.
About 1.5 million.
No, 1.2.
I think it's 1.5.
It's not. I read it on the thing. It's 1.2 million hectares, which is about the same size as Wales.
That's crazy.
Which makes it one of the largest national parks in the world and the biggest in New Zealand.
And it deserves it. It's amazing.
There's loads of glass all around the boat. You can be inside, you can be outside, you can even look at what the captain's doing.
It's really cool.
With his little handles and stuff. He's just about to speak, so it's really cool. You can see all around. You can be inside or outside. We've made it about as far as the tour can go. I don't know if it could go any further, but the weather conditions aren't really there for us to go further out to sea. It's a little bit rocky now.
But we saw so many seals.
Yeah, literally right where this rainbow is behind us on these two rocks, so many seals, mainly women and babies.
Women seals.
Yeah, women seals.
What's
Female.
Females, I don't know.
Yeah, female
Just
seals.
a bunch of women and then baby seals.
And baby seals. They did say where there's seals, there's sharks as well. So
Like
you
great
can
whites,
get a lot of
big
mako
ones.
sharks, great whites and things like that. Definitely not the place to fall in.
No.
And now we're going to turn around, and he said that we might be able to pop into a little other spot along the way. Hopefully we can still see some more animals, but at least we saw a bunch of seals.
Yeah, it was really nice. So many of them as well.
So many.
The Doubtful Sound boat is a much bigger boat. It is super stable because it's so much bigger, and there's lots of room to roam around, different viewpoints, outside, inside, and yeah, it's been such a good trip. We absolutely love Doubtful Sound. Even though it's been different weather, it's still been just as beautiful as Milford Sound, and I kind of love the eeriness of the cloudy sort of misty setting, which is so cool. We haven't seen penguins or dolphins yet, but we're still hoping that we do see them.
So we just stopped at these two really cool twin waterfalls, and while it's a bit quiet I'll try and explain a little bit about what they just said. We've come into what they call an arm off of Doubtful Sound. So you've got the main section that we've been sailing through, and they've got little branches. This arm alone is 13 kilometers long, and to give you an idea of the scale of Doubtful Sound, Milford Sound would fit into this one arm of it. So this is significantly bigger. It's absolutely massive. You got no chance of exploring it all, especially in one day, but what we've seen so far has been amazing. These two waterfalls that we've stopped at are temporary. They're only here because we've had a little bit more rainfall over the last few days than the last couple of weeks, so we've been really lucky that we've been able to see them, and they're so impressive.
We just had to do basically like 2 minutes of silence in the middle of Doubtful Sound because
they turned off all the engines,
we just
all the radios,
we
everything.
Just all here, listening to the sounds of nature, to the water.
The birds, the water.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Really
and
cool.
also they said controversial, but don't use phones or cameras and just take it in, and we did, and
yeah,
wow,
really
that
cool.
was really, really amazing.
To be in a place like this and be able to do that, that's a really, really nice addition to this
really
trip. How was that?
That was amazing. 100% worth it. Despite the weather being so different, just incredible. So incredible. Our Doubtful Sound journey has come to an end, but we have had an amazing trip. We booked everything through Get Your Guide, and we'll add the link just below here to the exact trip we booked because we really do recommend it.
It was such a fun day out, and the boat is just coming to take us back now across Lake Manipuri. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.